I feel like I need to make this video because this is the direction I want this channel to go. I want it to be like a very personal, one-on-one channel. And I'd like to just, you know, talk about the struggles and stuff I've had to overcome with my battle against depression and anxiety and all that. And I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't even know if I'll be able to finish it if my daughter wakes up and I gotta go get her. But yeah, I'm really sorry I don't know how to edit. I'm gonna learn, but I'm sorry. I know I apologize a lot. Alright, anyways, I'd like to take you back. Might be a little personal, but that's how I want this channel to be. Personal, one-on-one. I'll take you back, way back to around like 2013. 2012 is when I turned 13. That's around the time when you kids, you're like actually able to develop a sense of expression, and I always wanted to be able to do YouTube. I always wanted to hang out with friends. I always wanted to be able to go do something, to not be bored and just play video games all the time. And I was never allowed, like, ever. My mom wouldn't let me go hang out with anybody, and it was pretty crappy forever until I moved out at 17. But I'll get there. But yeah, so anytime somebody would ask to hang out, I'd always be like, no, I can't. I'd always want to, but anytime I'd ask my mother, no. And, I love my mom, but it sucked growing up like that. Anyways, let me keep on track. Let me keep focused. Yeah, anytime somebody would ask me to hang out, I'd have to say no. And the only two people I was allowed to hang out with was my one cousin, Tristan. That was it. And nothing wrong with him. He's awesome. But it got boring after a while, being the only person I could hang out with. I wasn't allowed to go over to anybody's houses. I wasn't allowed to go hang out. Like, I remember another time, it got lonely, never being able to hang out with friends and stuff. The thing I was allowed to do was, when I turned 16, I was allowed to get a job, but I'll get into why later on. Sorry. Anyways, so around like high school is when, like the end of middle school, like 8th grade, I started to do like really bad in math, because I was never good at math. I'm not good with numbers. And my mom like really punished me. She like took everything I owned away, and it like made my life even lonelier. Not a good time for like a 15, 14-year-old to not be able to do anything at all. Sorry about that. My freaking phone filled up on space because I've been recording a lot of videos and I had to go back and delete them all. And anyways, back into my story. It got like really lonely not being able to do anything. And eventually, I got it back when school started back up. Yeah, for a whole summer I wasn't allowed to do nothing. Entire summer I wasn't allowed to do nothing. It was kind of poopy. And anyways, after that summer, and I got my PlayStation 2 back, and I was like 16, that's why. No, this was when I was in middle school, when I was 16. Sorry. It gets all fumbled up there. And it was around the time when I got my PS4. I was like, 16? I was hanging out, I was just chatting, gaming a lot, because that's all I could do. And I was getting in trouble all the time at home, because that's all I was doing with gaming. But that's all I was allowed to do, was game. So I was like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I don't know. So, it's, whatever, I got into stuff, whatever. And, I was like, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything. I'm not allowed to hang out with people. So I tried to, I have scars like all over my body. I tried to, but I'm not going to say the words at all. And my mom sent me to a mental hospital when literally the only thing I wanted was just to hang out with someone to just not be alone. Like, I guess that was too much to ask for anyway. She sent me there for like a little bit, and that was the worst time of my life. Like, they don't help. Don't go to those places. They're useless. They like do the opposite of help. I still have fucking PTSD from that, and that was like 6 years ago. Yeah, it's poop. Don't go to those places. Like, all they want to do is just medicate you. And I've been to like a therapist. Like, that was another thing all through my high school career. Like, I was working, like, right as soon as I got out of the mental hospital, my mom got me a job at Pitt, which was at college, and I worked there for a while. And I did that. That job was awesome. But the only reason she got that was so I could have something to do instead of hanging out with somebody. I worked, but that was good alternative. Kept my mind good. Well, that job was only for the school year, so I would go right from school to work to home, play video games, school, work, home, play video games, school. It really got like draining doing the same routine over and over and over again, not being allowed to break away. And like, I lived way out in wherever, and my mom wouldn't help me get my driver's license or anything, so I wasn't able to do that because she wouldn't let me. Because it's whatever, and makes you feel like a prisoner even more when you're fighting like everything in your head on top of wanting to just escape, be not alone. Because being alone when you're depressed is the worst thing you can do. Can be, because literally you just hear nothing but the voices, and you're like, I ain't listening to you. You ain't real, because you're not real. You're literally in my head. But you know how it is, and and then I turned 17 and I moved out into my friend Rob's house, and that fell out after about 2 months because he moved in with his dad, so it was just me and his mom, and that was weird. So I moved back in with my mom, and that was awful. Like, that last half, because like I was still working, but they were laid off in the summer, and my mom wanted me to pay her literally like my money, but like I'm a fresh high school student who is working, but like not at that moment, and I didn't have money saved up because I didn't know I was supposed to whatever, that's not important. So eventually I moved out, and I moved to Bloomsburg, which was about 4 hours away from everybody, because that was my only option, because I was getting like paid for moving there. I was going to get paid and live somewhere where I wasn't constantly berated and made to feel like trash over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty awful when you're made to feel like trash in your home. Like, it is. And so I moved over there, and that wasn't very much better. Like, that was awful. I was away from everybody I knew for a year, and that was the worst time of my life. Like, I'll go into that in another video, but that was like the worst time of my life. And then I moved back. I moved in with my cousin, and that was a weird time too. That was a weird time, living with my cousin for about 6 months, and then I found my girlfriend. We knew each other for about 2 years, and that's when my life, like, that's when the depression kind of stopped. You know what I mean? Like, I had taken medication, and it never helped me ever, and I'm still fighting the demons. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fighting them, but it's not bad, really. You know what I mean? But I think this video is kind of long, and I'm rambling, and nobody gives a crap anyways. So, I'd like to, you got to the end. Thanks for listening. You know what I mean? Take it easy.